Welcome back to another session of Terrier Talk. And today I have Armon, who is our great college counselor and director of guidance services here at St. Francis Prep. So we've reached a point in the year where we're getting our seniors ready for graduation, but we're also getting our junior class ready for the next step, which is the college process starting in September. But Robert has some valuable information for us, for our juniors and for our junior families to consider as we move forward. And the first step in that process for us is when the students come to us as freshmen in the 9th grade, we're already talking about college. Not putting pressure on them, but just saying it's important that you reach a GPA, grade point average, that will qualify you for certain schools. So let's keep that in mind as you go through your freshman, sophomore, and junior year. We're at the point right now where juniors are really being faced with those critical decisions about what college they want to go to, what they may want to major in, and this is all part of the process that we're talking about at this point in the school year. And it's really going to come to a point on Wednesday, April 17th, when you invited about 100 colleges in for a college fair. So let's start there, Robin. Let's talk about the college fair and what it can do for our kids and our families.
Okay, thanks, Pat. So the college fair is on April 17th. It is basically for juniors and their families. We will have probably 100. We've also been inundated with emails from colleges that were not invited that they heard through the grapevine. So we rarely say no. And we do have some of the military academies coming, which is pretty rare. That means they want to meet our kids.
Sure.
At the college fair, the representative that comes is usually the representative that will read your child's application. It is the local rep or the representative from the New York area, especially for Queens. That gives you an opportunity to shake the hand of that person and say, my name is Robin, and this is my daughter, and she's thinking of applying, and then you let them have a conversation. It's not an interview, but it is a very nice way to get your name across and for you to collect their business card and send them a follow-up email, which we tell students to do all the time, because this is the time to know networking matters, and that's your first objective, is to get your name on the list. So the college fair is great. It's busy. It's a lot of students. You know, we have a huge junior class, which is wonderful. So it'll be pretty crowded, but it starts at 5 o'clock. The reps will stay until the last parent leaves.
Great. It seems to be 100 college reps. That's a pretty big fair.
Yeah. It's a lot. And we're amazed who's coming. We do send out to so many schools, but you know, we're getting University of Michigan this year is coming, and Lehigh is coming, and all the local schools that we cherish that are so generous with scholarships for
St. John's, Adelphi.
St. John's and Adelphi, and all those schools will be offering on-sites, which I'll get to in a few minutes. And then you're going to have all the SUNYs and all the CUNYs. And it's wonderful that they come because they get hundreds and hundreds and thousands of applications, but they remember prep students. That's why we invite the local person to come, and it's been very valuable.
So why do you think so many colleges want to be involved in this fair? What is it about our kids that it draws this much attention?
It's the kids. Yeah. It's your children that bring these college reps here. Not every high school can bring in 100 colleges. They don't. The reason is, first of all, the numbers. We have approximately 600 students, but our kids have been successful for generations. And the colleges see, we love St. Francis Prep kids because they come, they stay, they do well, they graduate, they move on, and they make a name for the college, just like they made a name for us.
Yeah.
So they come to Prep because we have good stock, we have great kids, and they know that they're going to get the application. They're just not coming and then they never see. They're going to get hundreds of applications for each one of our students, from our kids. So it's a win-win. They also sometimes send a representative that went to Prep. I often see a graduate, an alum, and they're not working in admissions. They ask to come, oh, my high school is having a college fair. I'd like to be the representative. I see that very often. And they will give you personal advice about their journey. That's pretty wonderful for our families.
I went to a number of years ago because I was concerned. I saw our senior class in September come back to school very excited about being seniors. But very quickly, the collision of schoolwork and the college process met, and that just caused a lot of stress.
Yes.
So I was happy to see you implement this program we have over the summer called the College Symposium. And kids will leave there in August with their college essay done, with the Naviance search completed, and a really strong idea of what the next step involves. And it relieves a tremendous amount of stress for them during the first 2-3 months of the school year. Maybe speak about that.
Well, we did start that many years ago, and the reason was prep is, senior year should be enjoyed. Senior year is a spectacular time in a child's life. You're only going to get one senior year. So when they were coming back in September, the burden of doing the applications, which became so cumbersome, was really getting in the way of their English homework and their math. So we devised this program. We started it many years ago, but it runs every August, 3 weeks, 2 sessions a day, 4 hours a day. The kids come in, they're very excited. They come in with their big coffees and it's very casual. We're in the library. And within those 4 days, we complete the Common App. We edit the essay. For some of the students, they start and finish the essay because we do give them an assignment to bring us a draft. Most of them do. If not, we get them going. We have a conversation. What do you want to write about? Let's look at the prompts. Tell us. And it's very personal. And they do a complete college search. And they also see what the results were for this year. So they're going to be able to see on Naviance how the students did from the class of 2024 and what can they learn from that. What do they have to do in their senior year? What more can they do? Or maybe they're done. It validates that all the hard work and the wonderful time that they spent in extracurriculars here at Prep.
Yeah.
So they leave here, they hit the ground running in September. Last year we had over 50% of the senior class. I'm hoping we've already booked about 200 students. We'd like to enroll 400. It's a marvelous opportunity to get this done.
A great experience, and we recommend it highly for juniors rising to the senior year. So impressed by the counselors too, who attend that, who work with the kids throughout the year. They have an intense knowledge of the college selection process that comes out of your office. And you are the college counselor, but you've spread that knowledge and wisdom to the rest of that department. So now every student is being served in that realm.
And the expression, there's no I in team, we are the best team. We're 10 counselors, and we have 3 wonderful administrators that work with us. Every student is going to have a letter of recommendation from their counselor who has got to know them since their freshman year. Yeah. You've already started the process when you pick Prep as your high school, because starting in freshman year, we talk to your students about course selection. Are you having trouble with math? No, math's my strong suit, so I'm going to do engineering, and I'd like to go on to, higher sciences or higher level classes. The counselors know your children, and they will advocate from them from the minute they walk in this door until they put that letter into the computer and send it off with your child's application. So the counselors are wonderful. They've also gone to college. They've had experience maybe with their own families. And we learn new things every day. We are members of the National Association of College Admissions Counselors, NACAC, and the local organizations that really tell us what's going on. We really pay attention. We all visit colleges, so we hear from administrators in the colleges what they're looking for, and we disseminate that information to the students every day. We start saying, well, how far away are you thinking of going? And that's where you, as families, must have a heart-to-heart. So you could really partner with us and give us that kind of information about distance. It's very important. How far are you prepared to travel to visit your child? How far away? Are you willing to go for him to come back? And the cost involved in traveling for the holidays. We have students that, a lot of families use that mark between Boston and Washington, D.C., there's about 400 colleges. We have students that go to Ohio in the South, and they go to South Carolina. Florida is a very popular destination for schools. We do have students that go to California, Washington State. The Midwest is always a great place for a lot of our kids. But we need you to guide us so we could guide them and have a realistic. You know, when a student comes into my office and says, I'm going to go to California, I go, that's great. Have you told mom or dad? And sometimes they go, oh, they're fine with that. I kind of have a tendency to pick up their phone and make sure that they really are fine. Yeah. And the next important question is money. For every college website, by law, they have to have a net price calculator. It's really important for you as a family to figure out how you're going to finance this. Because as of yesterday, the New York Times had a front page article that 22 colleges are approaching the $100,000 mark per year, which is an extraordinary amount of money. Mm-hmm. We have loads of schools that our students have gone to that have been funded by scholarship. There's so much scholarship money out there, and many of our families are first-generation parents. They're entitled to get financial aid, but that's a package. So look for a net price calculator on any school's website, and if any questions of that, please, I really enjoy your questions, so give me a ring. You can call any of the counselors. My office is always open to you to talk about the hard stuff.
And the evidence is there because you talk about the amount of scholarships that our students earn every year, and it comes in about $170 million in scholarships every year that our students earn. That goes right to their families, obviously not to the school. The last part of that before the acceptances roll in is the on-site evaluation that colleges do for us. So we have about 18 colleges who come to our school and will sit with our students and do an on-site evaluation and accept them at that point and possibly give them money. So speak about that.
It's a wonderful opportunity. First of all, let's get back 1 second to the cost of applying. We forget about that. The average college application is about $75 just for the application. So if a student is applying to 10, we all do the math. That's they're going to apply to more. I tell the parents, get used to put aside between $500 and $1,000 to apply to college. But if you do the on-sites, those 18 colleges will waive that fee. That's a significant savings, which also you could put towards other applications, or you could just save. You may not want your child to apply to 17 colleges or more, but they're entitled to do all of those. Every student at St. Francis Prep that does that on-site is going to get accepted into most of those schools. And every one of those schools offer scholarship. That's merit money, has nothing to do with aid. So none of our students pay the sticker price for any of the on-site schools, which is a phenomenal start to this process.
Great advantage.
It's a great advantage. And then you apply to the other schools and the SUNY schools, and we are also as members of NACAC, we are first on the line to get information for other free opportunities. Like last year, we lobbied so the private schools could also get free applications to the SUNY and the CUNY schools, which normally only go to public. They opened up the floodgates and let us do it because they knew the private school kids and Catholic school children do really well and graduate, which is the ultimate goal for a college. So talk about money. Know that you have these wonderful local schools that are going to offer your child 50 to 75% scholarship money just to start the season of Christmas off.
That's great.
It's a great gift.
That's great. So what last piece of advice that you would speak to a junior family at this point, what would you say?
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting you all at the college fair, and I hope as many of you can come. Come one parent, come two parent. We only invite the juniors because it's crowded, and we really want to give you hands-on. All the counselors will be there that day. The best piece of advice is that, I'd love to see as many as you can do the summer symposium because it's a gift. It takes the stress off you, it takes the stress off the students. The other thing is have that conversation and be realistic. Realistic is an underused term. I want you to know that we don't know what's going to happen. This was the year of the wait list, according to the New York Times. I've seen it firsthand as the decisions rolled out last week from vacation emails that I've gotten from students. You have to cast a very wide net. Fall in love with Harvard, fall in love with Columbia, but look at Fordham and look at the schools like University of Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Delaware, UConn, that love our kids, that come in at a sticker price that's affordable, that takes more than 20% of the applicant pool. Mm-hmm. So we want your children to be happy, and sure, we've had wonderful results. We do have students going to Yale and Carnegie Mellon and Cornell and Columbia next year and UPenn, but they're thinking about the other options that they have.
Right.
So you'll cast a wide net, 15 colleges, no less. And now that we know that 18 could be fee waived, it's doable.
Yeah. Robin, lastly, I want to acknowledge you for your work in the college office and director's guidance. I know for a fact that Robin will hop on a bus during the summer and visit 12, 15 colleges just to make that connection with the college people and keep that relationship going as well. And I know you're on the phone all the time, you're answering emails all the time. She's accessible to families and to our juniors and seniors as well. So we have a great resource here at the school to help us navigate that college selection process. So I want to thank you for the dedication, the knowledge, and the wisdom that you give our kids.
It's a labor of love.
Yes, I'm sure for all of us, right?
Yes, yes it is.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Thanks for tuning in to another Terrier Talk. I hope this was helpful to you, especially our juniors and our junior parents, and I'll see you at the college fair.
Yes.
God bless.